Hi, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to do a very different type of video. This one's on human trafficking awareness. Purpose again is to raise awareness of human trafficking in the United States. I know there's a lot of other videos of human trafficking out there. Actually, I didn't look for them. I'm just assuming that they are out there. And I really don't like doing something that's duplicated by somebody else. I try to do a video and either make it better or explain it better. But I felt that I had to do something, and by posting this, I took the first step. I will note that all my images, there's a reference at the back of this, so these are all public domain images, and the reference sheet will show that. So disclaimer, I'm not a doctor. I don't have any degree training in any of this. This video is just based on the reference materials. There's a lot of articles, postings from national websites and things like that, and again, the public domain images. My other videos are really about blacksmithing, historical Pennsylvania cast iron furnaces, herbal medicines, gardening, heat treating, metal casting, fabricating, a little bit of EMS, some in EMT. So this video is way outside anything that I've ever done. This is the first time I've attempted it. I've really never done any voiceovers. Again, I just feel compelled to do this. So I will say welcome to the revolution, and I believe we're all part of this great awakening. Next, I'll say I don't really have any idea where this is going to take me. You know, God's put this in my heart to do this, and whatever direction it takes, I'm willing to follow it. But I know that I got to stand up and do something. So, I think we're all aware of human trafficking from the news stories today. You hear about arrests and things like that. One or two, and I really don't think much of it. I mean, I was totally aware of how severe and just the real impact on the victims were until I took a continuing education class for my EMS certification. The class talked about the normal statistics, the top trafficking states, numbers of victims, etc. And I think I've seen things like that before. But for me, the real shock was just how young these people are. I mean, they're starting, girls and boys, 12 years old, and they put their case studies. The stories were presented for these things, and it's really just heartbreaking. I mean, the presenter, Tammy Burke, did a fantastic job of this. She's got years and years experience in case studies. How she could do something like that is beyond me. God bless her, because she keeps it together. I certainly couldn't do that. So what was really probably the biggest sadness for me was just how trapped these victims were, and how they're manipulated from such a young age. These people people are just so evil. These traffickers know what they're doing. They're smart people. They'll get these people, homeless, runaways from shelters and things. They'll offer them food, clothing. You can stay here, do what you want to do, give them all the necessities, and then soon, they get brought into drugs and alcohol, and then prostitution and things. And that's really what really stuck with me was the slide progression. They had about 3 or 4 videos or pictures of maybe 6 or 7 slides from when the trafficked person was 12 years old, and just smiling like this little girl in yellow. That's what you expect a 12-year-old to be. And it progressed later, and you can see black and blue marks on the faces. The person's drugged. They look lost, and you can just see that they've lost all hope. There's no hope for them, and that was a common theme. Again, the interviewer interviewed these young men actually, and one of them stated that their parents actually sold them from drug money, which I thought was unbelievable. And what stuck with the interviewer was she said that the other 9 or 10 young men in that class didn't acknowledge anything, so they must have known what was going on, or actually been part of something like that. Just something unbelievable to me. So after the class was over, I really couldn't get those images of that slide progression out of my mind, and thought of just how helpless, how hopeless these victims must feel. They're just being manipulated for sex, for money, and not being able to do anything directly, or even knowing where to start was pretty frustrating. So as a Christian, I know that my life's work is going to be judged by Jesus Christ. If I died today, I could see myself standing there and Jesus looking at me saying, "Why didn't you do anything? You knew what was going on. I've given you plenty of opportunities and plenty of chances, and you did nothing." And at that place, I mean, I would have no other response than to just put my head down in shame. So with that, I know I need to do something. And the only thing that I can do is provide awareness at this point. I mean, I'm still learning about this. I had no idea it was that prevalent. There'll be some numbers put on a little bit later in this. So what I intend to do is just plant a seed with this video, and hopefully more people will be aware of the issue. And as a group, we can affect change. I mean, there's strength in numbers. So from protest to prayer to protest to prayer, hopefully that's where we can go with this. So it was interesting. I didn't realize this, and I should know. Money, money talks. People and always follow the money trail. $150 billion industry is what Jane Morris from CNN Business that's referenced to. And you look at the top states, California, Texas, Florida, New York. Yeah, okay, I guess I can see those. Not I can see them because it's horrible, but I could see that being a heavily trafficked area because of the volume of people. Then I see number 5, Ohio, and Georgia, and Michigan. And just in the top states alone, and this is from 2021. 2021 is not over yet. There are almost 6,000 cases in these top 10 cities, and a total of 10,000 cases for the whole U.S., the United States. Again, that's reference 6. And these are only total cases. These aren't individual people. The articles I looked at, there were each case had multiple trafficked people in it. So Pennsylvania is about number 10 on that list in the country, which kind of shocked me. I would not have thought Pennsylvania was anywhere near that. And the next slide contains, it took about 5 minutes research on the internet to find these human trafficking cases in PA. And the ones that I looked at early on were from 2017. And, you can see stuff out in Philadelphia. Again, very highly populated, easy transport in and out, and places like that. I just didn't think it was happening. And it is. It's happening in every neighborhood. It's happening in my neighborhood. And, keep your head out of the sand. I know mine was. And, I will say that's not my actual head, but I had my aha moment today, and I just felt compelled to really put this out. So Pennsylvania cases, 586 cases, trafficking cases since 2014, since this law came into effect. 586 cases. That could be, you'll see these. They actually talk about multiple people. There was leader of human trafficking ring sentenced to 25 years. And again, I have all the links down here to them. Allentown, pair charged with sex trafficking scheme. We have one here in Allegheny County. And, Western Pennsylvania, you really don't hear about stuff like that. But, 2021, we have one of those. 3 men charged in Berks County. 2 traffickers. 2 men arrested in, Robinson Township. That's like 40 minutes away from here. So this is here. I mean, this is something that's not going away. I'm going to continue doing my research and see where it goes from here. So I'll just end it with this starts with us. I mean, we've got to stand up and help each other. What do? I don't know. Start by educating yourself. Do your research and educate yourself. If not you, then who? If not now, then when? After that, you tell me. Please leave your name and thoughts in the comment section. Hopefully, we'll figure this out. And again, I'll see what direction this takes. One thing I will say is if you ever get a chance, listen to Laura Daigle's song Rescue. I mean, that's an inspiration to me looking through just all this horrible, traumatic stuff. And then last, I'll leave with the references. The references are here for anyone to take a look at. Thanks for watching.